People who look at photographs, people who look at photography, it's very essential for them to understand the history of that art. Where does that art come from?
Tucked away in the basement of his house are about 2,000 vintage cameras, classic accessories, and rare tools collected over 40 years. They all come together to capture 200 years of technical innovation and creative impetus.
As an analog photographer and as a student of history, I felt it's very important to understand the history of things, objects, systems, processes. How did they evolve? Because I'm always curious to learn about these things. Large format cameras, glass plates, slow shutters, no shutters, including the processes, the slow processes, the gum bichromates, the salt prints, the egg albumin prints, the cyanotype prints, they are the markers of history. They are the markers of the history of photography.
But there is one camera that changed the course of visual documentary more than any other, the Speed Graphic from Graflex Corporation.
Most of the large format cameras were very slow. The whole act of taking the picture was very slow. They actually introduced the element of speed into photography so that images could be captured very fast, on the move, on the go, unlike the large format glass plate cameras.
Another gem in the collection of Museo Camera are these, hanging from the ceiling, the K20 aerial cameras. Originally designed by the Fairchild Camera and Instrument Corporation, approximately 15,000 units were also built under license by the Graflex Corporation during World War II.
It was used to document the infamous Nagasaki bomb dropping also. This camera had a 4x5 film roll, 100 feet roll. This camera is actually housed in a vacuum chamber so that the film remains aligned and straight to the film plane. Otherwise, most of the military aircraft those days, even now, they're non-pressurized.
Another marvel of engineering was this miniature camera called Minox. It truly was the industry's pocket-sized dynamite.
Many of you would have seen this in maybe some James Bond films. Very neat small cameras from 70s, and this was also a standard regular CIA issue. I believe it was used in the famous Watergate scandal where Nixon had to resign. I mean, the documentation happened on this.
With stories and anecdotes from around the world, this museum in Gurugram offers a unique perspective into the history of the craft and its tools of creation that are so often lost in the age of digital convenience.